What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of When, Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. College men's basketball. Clemson Tigers versus BYU Cougars. Clemson's a 38.6% chance to win, and BYU is a 61.4% chance to win. This is part of the Jimmy V Classic, so this is in Madison Square Garden in New York City. Clemson's unranked 7-2 record, BYU's 10 in the nation, 7-1 record. And for stats, BYU has slightly more points per game, they have more points against, higher field goal percentage. Clemson has more rebounds per game, more assists per game. BYU has more blocks per game, steals per game. So obviously the rankings are given what they were. And steals, that's like the big gap. So that could be a big thing. Everything else is pretty close in stats, but with the ranking difference, distance wise, I don't think it's gonna matter. New York City is pretty far from both of them, so I don't think it'll matter too much. Like so I think BYU will beat Clemson tomorrow. Illinois fighting Illini versus Ohio State Buckeyes. Illinois is a 51.2% chance to win, and Ohio State is a 48.8% chance to win. This is at Ohio State. So Illinois is 13 nation, 7-2 record. Ohio State's unranked, 7-1 record. Yeah. So his stats, Illinois has slightly more points per game, points against. Ohio State has a higher field goal percentage. Illinois has more rebounds per game. Ohio State has more assists per game. Illinois has more blocks per game, and Ohio State has more steals per game. So, it's definitely an interesting game. Stats are pretty close here for the most part. So, like the biggest difference is blocks per game, but like Illinois has like around 3 times more blocks per game than Ohio State does. I mean, I don't think, but compared with everyone else being so close, I don't think it's gonna matter much. So I think home field advantage is gonna be the big thing here. So I think Ohio State gets the upset and beats Illinois tomorrow. Florida Gators versus UConn Huskies. Florida is a 47.4% chance to win, and UConn is a 52.6% chance to win. This is part of the Jimmy V Classic, so this is in Madison Square Garden in New York City. So Florida is 18 nation, 5-3 record. UConn's 5 nation, 8-1 record. So yeah, so for stats, Florida has more points per game and points against. UConn has a higher field goal percentage. Florida has more rebounds per game. UConn has more assists per game. Slightly more blocks per game. They have more steals per game. So a lot of the stats are pretty close. I think this is New York City is a lot closer to UConn than it is to Florida. So I think it's basically gonna be almost like a home game for UConn. So I think home fans will be the big thing here with how the stats are. So I think UConn will beat Florida tomorrow. NBA. Miami Heat versus Orlando Magic. The Heat have a 45% chance to win. The Magic have a 55% chance to win. This is at Orlando. For injuries, for the Heat, Drew Smith, Pell Larson, Tyler Harrow, and Davian Mitchell are game time decisions, and Terry Rozier is out. The Magic, Franz Wagner, Maurice Wagner, and Colin Castleton are out. For stats, Heat have more points against and points per game. They have slightly higher field goal percentage and rebounds per game. Heat have more assists per game. Magic have slightly more blocks per game. He has slightly more steals per game. So yeah, but these stats are pretty close. This could be a really good game. So I think home field advantage is the big thing here. So I think the Magic beat the Heat tomorrow. New York Knicks versus Toronto Raptors. The Knicks have a 61.1% chance to win. The Raptors have a 38.9% chance to win. This is at Toronto. For injuries for the Knicks, Pacone, Dadier, Miles McBride, and Landry Shamet are out, and Karl Anthony Towns is a game time decision. For the Raptors, Jamal Sheed and Jamison Battle are game time decisions, and RJ Barrett is out. So for stats, Knicks have more points against. Raptors have more. Well, Knicks have more points per game. Raptors have more points against and higher field goal percentage. Knicks have more rebounds per game. Raptors have more assists per game. Knicks have slightly more blocks per game. Nick and Raptors have slightly more steals per game. So these stats they're pretty close. Like it's not like a significant. There's not like significant difference between a bunch of these between stats here. So it's pretty close. So I think home field advantage is the big thing here. So I think the Raptors will beat the Knicks tomorrow. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.